Hey guys, and welcome back to another Sinister Cup Pokemon Go PvP video. And in this video, we're up against the big PurpleKyogre. So I'll be linking his channel in the description below, but you've probably already checked him out by now. Now we win the lead there with Bronzong vs Poliwrath. Fantastic for us. So he switches out into Dusclops, and we have a Lolawak here, so we've switched into Hexa Lolawak. It's not a fantastic counter because obviously we're going to be taking super effective damage back. It would be better if we had something more hard hitting, like maybe a Steelix. But we're working with what we've got. Now, we've burnt a shield and he's burnt no shield, so we're going to throw the Bone Club here to try and burn a shield, and he does burn the shield, so fantastic for us. Now we have to decide whether we're going to, I think we're just going to go for the shield this, and then throw the Shadow Ball, and then he'll either be at no shields too, or he'll just lose the Dusclops, and then we'll get switch advantage. So throwing the Shadow Ball here, and he decides to shield, so he's going to take us out here, and we're just not going to have any shields. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to bring in Poliwrath because the bubbles that are going to do some nice damage, and both Shadow Punch and Fire Punch are going to do lots to Poliwrath. So this would probably be a Shadow Punch just because Fire Punch is going to be resisted, I believe, whereas Shadow Punch is neutral. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think that's what the deal is. So going to be another Shadow Punch, and we can tank that and finish with one more bubble, and now we have a Hydro Pump ready to go, completely unshielded. So we throw the Hydro Pump, and unfortunately it is a Poliwrath, so it isn't going to do heaps of damage. It's going to do about half-ish, but it would have been better if it was something else. And we switch into Bronzong, and he brings in Mawile, so we did not want to see this, but we have a Bulldoze, and it's going to be unshielded. So that is going to wipe away the Mawile, which is absolutely massive. So those hard-hitting charge moves, if you've got access to them in the late game with no shields, can be massive. And so now we're going to get the Psyshock off, and that will finish off the Poliwrath, and this is GG's. So yeah, down he goes, and I guess that's, I mean, I need something better against Dusclops on my team, I think. Even Mawile takes super effective damage from the Fire Punches, but we get the lead again with Poliwrath vs Steelix. He switches into Dusclops, and now we actually have Mawile and Steelix, so I think these are the games where I started figuring out Mawile isn't actually a great counter, because Fire Punch does over half of the damage, which is not what you want to see, because now I basically have to burn both shields if I want Mawile to be in good standing against this, and unfortunately he baited me with the Shadow Punch, so we're going to use the Power Up Punch here to boost the damage that the Bite is doing. Not expecting a shield because it does like nothing, but yeah, this is not looking good. And then we burn the second shield, thinking that we're going to be able to feint down the Dusclops, and we are just able to do that. We've got a little health left, but he has both shields, which is definitely something we don't want to see, especially when we have Poliwrath and Steelix. Steelix obviously does not want to see the Poliwrath at all, and now our Poliwrath is going to be facing that Poliwrath with two shields. Even if he's packing a worse moveset than us, which we are not packing a good moveset for the Poliwrath mirror match, he's got Dynamic Punch, so it's just going to wreck through us. This game is basically already GG's. There's no coming back from here. Because we have to burn his shields, which he has not used yet because we only have that Power Up Punch. He knows we're running Power Up Punch Hydro Pump now because we've shown both of our moves. And yeah, not good. So throws another Dynamic Punch. Steelix gets hurt real bad. And then we throw this Crunch, kind of just hoping to burn some shields because he wasn't going to burn any on the Power Up Punches. And he finally burns one shield, but yeah, we're not in a good spot. So Bubble, and yeah, it's GG's. There's nothing we can do. Just waiting for it all to be over, and goodbye Poliwrath. So, you know, 1-1, not so bad. And on to the next battle. Let's see if we can keep getting the leads, and we don't really have a great lead here. In fact, it's very not good, because Steelix, as I've said before, Steelix, both of his moves, Crunch and Earthquake, are going to be doing super effective damage to us, which is very not good. So we decided to shield up that first Crunch and throw the Bulldoze, hoping that he thinks it's a Psyshock shield bait and doesn't shield. And he doesn't shield. So that is great for us. I think we were trying to switch there, but it doesn't really matter. I think we're gonna burn both shields here, and then I think we're gonna try and throw he throws an Earthquake, so that's fantastic for us because it means he expelled a lot of energy. And then going for the Psyshock here, which should finish off the Steelix if he lets it go through. And he does let it go through, so down goes Steelix. Again, we've burnt both shields now, and he brings in a counter to Bronzong. So it's not the best thing burning both shields when we stuck with a high health Pokemon that he can counter down. Luckily, we are able to get a fair amount of damage off with the Psyshocks, but yeah, he's going to take us out here with the Shadow Punch. He does have some extra energy, so we're going to bring in Mawile again. Even if he throws the charge move, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's going to do like half health. We're kind of expecting that whatever he's got in the back is going to be not weak to Mawile. That's kind of what we're hoping here. Like maybe it's Poliwrath. So he throws the Fire Punch, down goes Mawile, and in comes Alolan getting a little bit of energy, and he brings in Poliwrath. So usually this would be an okay matchup, but because we are looking at no shields, we're not in a good spot. So we throw the Shadow Ball as if like, oh, maybe he's going to like not shield the first Bone Club or something, but yeah, it's GG's. There's no way we can get past this. Even though he's got the Dynamic Punch, he also has Hydro Pump, so end of days, GG's, goodbye Alolan Marowak. You are out of here. So on to the next battle, leading with that Alolan Marowak, and now we have that matchup that's actually okay. Now what we want to do here up against Poliwrath is land the Shadow Ball. So Bone Clubs are just kind of baiting moves. We're going to throw the Shadow Ball first and hope that he doesn't shield. And he doesn't shield, so this is fantastic. We've flipped the script here, and yeah, this is just really good. Going to shield up this charge move. Dynamic Punch probably, yeah. Which we would have super resisted, but we didn't want to take the risk for the Hydro Pump. And we got to the Bone Club, but unfortunately, we CMP tied, so we get off another Dynamic Punch, but it doesn't finish us off, which is fantastic. Dynamic Punch is just super resisted by that Alolan Marowak with the Ghost Fighting typing, but he decides to burn the shield to keep it alive. So if he didn't burn the shield, it would obviously be in a good spot, but now he gets switch advantage and we're on even shield, so definitely the right play by him. Now we bring in Poliwrath, he brings in Dusclops, we switch into Mawile again. Again, these are the battles where I really like solidified the fact that Mawile is not a good Dusclops counter. It just isn't. Even though my one is a little underleveled, as you can see it's at 1465 in this battle, those extra few levels wouldn't help that much. So throwing the Power Up Punch up against the Mawile in the mirror match, he's probably going to farm us down, and then I think he's going to try and get a Play Rough onto this Poliwrath. So I'm going to shield the charge move that he gets off, assuming he's going to get one off. So yeah, I'm thinking this is going to be a Play Rough, so shielding up. And that's exactly what it was, so definitely called it correctly there. And then just going to bubble down. We've got a little bit of energy. He still has a shield though, and we're in that Dusclops match. Going to throw the Power Up Punch, which if he's counting the moves, he shouldn't shield this, and he doesn't. We really should have charged up to the Hydro Pump and then maybe thrown the Power Up Punch. Just throwing straight Power Up Punches now, kind of going, yeah, there's no... probably should have still gone for the win here, and I'm kind of going for the wins through Bubble as opposed to going for the win through Hydro Pump, which is definitely possible, but Dusclops just charges up energy so quick. We're throwing the Power Up Punch here, which is going to boost our bubbles even more, and he does decide to burn that shield, but yeah, this is GG's. He's going to get to the charge moves just quicker, and Shadow Punches down, and yeah, that is GG's. We definitely should have tried to get a Hydro Pump in there somewhere, but oh well, you live and you learn. And yeah, so we've got a good matchup here with Poliwrath versus Mawile. Going to switch out straight away into Poliwrath of his own. And we're not carrying a great Poliwrath counter, so we bring in Drifblim. We know that he's packing Dynamic Punch and Hydro Pump, so he doesn't have the Ice Punch. So we think there's going to be a Dynamic Punch shield bait. But oh man, are we wrong. Oh, that is going to hurt this battle. Because yeah, we've basically just lost a Pokemon for something that could have been shielded. And now we're down to a lot. At least we were packing double ghosts, but yeah, not good at all. There was no advantage one there. It's not like even the hexes weren't even doing much damage to the Poliwrath. And we shielded up the Dynamic Punch. He's getting another charge move off here, which is probably a Dynamic Punch, which we would survive, but we kind of want to keep our Alolan healthy. Throwing a Bone Club here. See if he shields. And he lets it go through. We're going to get to another Bone Club, and this would finish off the Poliwrath if it went unshielded, I believe. And he decides to let his Poliwrath go down, finally getting onto his second Pokemon after taking out almost two of ours. And there goes the second. Now I've got Poliwrath, and yeah, this is just really not looking good at all. Throwing the Power Up Punch, which isn't going to do much damage, just boost up the bubbles a bit. And he brings in Steelix, so both Steelix and Mawile have that Steel typing, and Poliwrath would be really good. Unfortunately, we have no shields. He's going to be able to get an Earthquake off on that Steelix. If we had Dynamic Punch, we'd be able to be doing way more damage to these Steel types. And he burns that last shield there, but yeah, he's going to get the Earthquake off. and this is just GG's, unfortunately. If we had Dynamic Punch, we could have swung that battle, I think, but I think I should probably start switching up the charge moves on the Poliwrath. Worth giving. And going in with Bronzong versus Poliwrath, so great lead matchup again. He switches out straight away as he has to into Dusclops. This time we bring in Steelix. Obviously the Fire Punches are still going to do a fair amount of damage to us, but we now have Crunch, which is a little quicker and hits harder, or quicker than Mawile doing, I guess, Mawile stuff, doing bites. But yeah, Steelix, just a quick charge move with Crunch is going to do good here. So we do shield up that super effective Fire Punch, throwing another Crunch here. Does a lot of damage, but he's still holding onto both shields and we only have one left. Even if this is a Fire Punch, we can tank it, so we just let it come through. It is a Fire Punch. We should be able to get to this Crunch. Actually, trying to Dragon Tail him down, a little risky, but we are able to do it. And then going to throw the Earthquake. Really expecting the shield to come out here because he's got two shields. He knows Steelix is about to go down, but he doesn't actually shield. So, definitely an interesting decision there. We bring in a Alolan, which is a mistake, I think. Oh, actually no, I think... So we were trying to go into a Alolan to catch a Dynamic Punch, but he doesn't throw one, and then we switch into Bronzong and take him down before he can get off the charge moves. So now we have Slowbro, which is definitely an interesting pick. There's been some chatter on Reddit about using Slowbro to some success, so I might try one out. I have one built from the Rainbow Cup, so I could throw it into a battle here or there. Just let me know if you want to see some Slowbro stuff. I'll throw the Bulldoze and he starts to shield up, and we do have a shield, but we're going to let it come through. He has Water Pulse, which is going to do a fair amount of damage. And we just want to kind of clear out the Bronzong, let him go down. We get this Psyshock off last minute though, which is definitely fantastic. Going to do a little bit of damage, not heaps, but into the red now. And now we bring in a Alolan, who has that super effective Hex, and we still have a shield. So even though he's getting off a charge move here, Water Pulse, which will do a fair amount of damage because we do have that fire typing. Throwing a Bone Club here because Bone Club should finish off the battle. And yeah, that is GG. So Slowbro did not come in clutch there, but that's alright, that's alright. Definitely a fun pick to be sure. And now going in with Bronzong again, and we catch the Poliwrath again. So really liking that Poliwrath lead, but Bronzong just hard walls it. And he's got Dusclops again, so really liking this Poliwrath Dusclops. Going in with the Drifloon, just going to throw some super effective moves. Letting this Shadow Punch come through. Unfortunately, Drifloon isn't very tanky, so Shadow Punch does do a lot. I didn't catch... Okay, it is an Ominous Wind, so trying to get the boost. Lets it go through. If we went for the Shadow Ball, we wouldn't have to shield up this charge move, but it is what it is. And then we should be able to get to an Ominous Wind. Oh, we are not able to get to an Ominous Wind. So, and we're burning another shield. Really, probably should have just let Drifloon go down. But we do faint him down now, and then going to have a Shadow Ball to throw onto the next Pokemon, which... No matter what it is, a Shadow Ball from Drifloon is going to do a lot of damage. He's the Poliwrath. I'm really expecting him to throw a shield out here. He's got no reason not to, and yeah, he does, obviously. And Faint is down with like one bubble. We have Bronzong, so in comes Bronzong, and he switches out straight away into Mawile. So this is not good for us. Both of our Pokemon are really weak to Mawile. At least we have Bone Club, which will do some super effective damage, but he's still holding onto a shield. So he burns that. And now there's no more shields, but... He's going to be able to... We'll see if he goes for the Power Up Punch, which I think he should. Yeah, go for the Power Up Punch. He's going to be able to faint us down pretty quick smart. We're just trying to get a Bone Club off first, which we are luckily able to do. This won't finish off the Mawile, unfortunately, because Bone Club isn't actually that great a move. And yeah, not great situation. In comes the Bronzong, getting off another Power Up Punch here. We do have the Psyshock ready to go though, so we take the Power Up Punch, throw the Psyshock, and I think the Psyshock should finish off the Mawile. I think. Yep, and then he's got Poliwrath in the back. So all Poliwrath needs to do is throw a Dynamic Punch and he wins. And yeah, because he got some energy earlier on, he's going to be able to do that. And that is GG's. So thank you PurpleKyogre for the battles. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, especially that subscribe one. And I will see you in the next video when I throw a painting...